Tuesday the 14th of April will arrive with all the subtlety of Brenda announcing she's brought in her famous fruitcake. You'll start the day convinced you're winning at life, before realizing you've put your top on inside out. Your Doomscope animal today is a goose with main character energy, more demanding than a toddler with a trust fund. At work, emails multiply like rabbits. You'll volunteer to organize Tanya's leaving do despite not knowing her middle name, then delegate it all to Declan. Priya and Lewis are questioning your sudden interest in mindfulness after you loudly argued about parking this morning. This evening offers a magnetic pull to the sofa, where you will spend a solid hour deciding what to watch, before re-watching that documentary about competitive cheese rolling. Which leads to you impulsively buying a vintage milking stool online. Lovely. Advice: delete that rage text. Marcus probably didn't mean to microwave your stapler. Tuesday the 14th of April, and the universe has a little challenge for you. It involves toast, gravity, and seeing how far you can bend before something important snaps. Spoiler alert, it's probably your phone screen. At work, you are officially in charge of polishing Phil's presentation. Think of it as trying to herd cats with PowerPoint. Venus has taken one look and is currently filing a formal complaint with head office. Yes, you'll still get the blame. This evening, you're planning a sophisticated meal of pesto pasta in front of the telly. That dream will last approximately until you discover that quick nap from 6:30 has morphed into a full-blown coma. The takeaway guy knows your order by heart now, doesn't he? NASA remain baffled by your living room's dedication to the color beige. Advice: step away from the online shopping. You don't need another waffle maker. Tuesday the 14th of April starts with you forwarding Sharon's email to Ricky, then instantly regretting it like it's 2003 all over again. Your Doomoscope animal today is a blowfish who's all puff and no substance, comparable to a Wikipedia article written by a hyperactive squirrel. By lunchtime, Mars retrograde is personally victimizing your inbox, ballooning with 57 urgent requests about Darren's leaving party which, let's be honest, you started planning precisely 3 minutes ago. This afternoon you started a new rumor about Fiona, then acted shocked when Nadine heard it 3 seconds later. Honestly, Gemini, your face is a map of guilt. Venus is giving you the silent treatment after you tried to blame her for your spreadsheet error. Turns out copy-paste isn't a magical fix-all. This evening, prepare for an impressive feat of distraction. You'll go to the kitchen to get ice cream, remember you need to pay a bill, get sidetracked replying to a text about Jason's new haircut which you'll describe as interesting, then end up alphabetizing your spice rack and checking each use by date. Again, how very you. Advice: maybe just stand still for 5 minutes. Just 5. See what happens. Today, Tuesday the 14th of April, Cancer, you'll leave the house vaguely resembling a startled badger, probably because you've only just realized it's been day. Mars retrograde is making you feel like you're wading through treacle. At 9:17 a.m. you'll contemplate swapping your tea for something stronger whilst watching a cat food advert. At work, brace yourself. You'll stumble across that email from 024 where Pauline accused you of nicking her emergency worthless original stash. Derek will pretend he's suddenly fascinated by the ceiling, while Barry insists it was a bonding experience. Honestly, this evening, cooking is cancelled. The cosmos has decreed pizza is the only acceptable food group. Order enough to feed a small village and then watch Escape to the Country until your eyelids droop. You'll spend the entire time wondering why you don't own a farmhouse and a golden retriever. Your comfort zone is currently guarded by a dragon, and frankly, good for you. Advice: stop apologizing for things you haven't done. It encourages them. Tuesday the 14th of April, and the universe has you down as optimistically late. You've been hovering by the door, muttering almost ready for a solid half hour, haven't you? The getaway will be slightly hampered by the discovery that one slipper is, in fact, a garden gnome. The car keys. Ah, they're in that mug you were definitely going to wash last week. This afternoon, your inbox resembles a jumble sale of urgent requests. Claudia has subtly suggested a caffeine drip. Dave is doing that wide berth maneuver. And Jordan is diligently documenting everything on a spreadsheet. Suki is already on LinkedIn searching for your replacement. Your Doomscope object today is a pen, bereft of ink, lingering in the pen pot because it's aesthetically pleasing and frankly, your desk needs all the help it can get. Tonight, you'll swear you're learning Italian, right before accidentally broadcasting your questionable karaoke skills on TikTok Live. Advice: stop trying to subtly angle your selfie stick. We all know. This Tuesday, the 14th of April, you'll open your emails and promptly enter a black hole of online shopping. 15 minutes later, you'll be the proud owner of a lime green fondue set you absolutely do not need. Mars is definitely messing with your impulse control. This afternoon, you'll accidentally mute yourself during an important Zoom meeting, but only realize halfway through your passionate defense of the office biscuit policy. Graham will make eye contact with you. Sheila will fall off her chair laughing. Nigel will send a helpful reminder about muting etiquette. This evening, instead of doing anything remotely useful, you'll find yourself meticulously categorizing your Tupperware drawer before embarking on an ambitious attempt to recreate a soufflé you saw on Bake Off 3 years ago. You'll fail spectacularly. Advice: embrace the chaos. It's cheaper than therapy. Tuesday, the 14th of April, finds you locked in a staring contest with your wardrobe. The wardrobe is winning. Doomscope today features a dry shampoo can with 1 spray left, mirroring the optimism levels after Connor's latest 5 minutes away text. Mars retrograde is having a field day with your inbox. Tracy needs your input on Comic Sans vs Papyrus, the font of champions, and Hugo's just touching base. Again. At the design studio, you're stuck with the biscuit decision. You hum and haw so much Adele, bless her, orders a family pack of custard creams. This evening, Netflix and chill morphs into Netflix, then endless scrolling. You'll curate the perfect hig photo for TikTok with Mel's cat, fairy lights twinkling, filter applied. At 9:17 p.m., you'll notice the cat has weed on your robe. Advice: embrace the chaos. It's your brand now. This Tuesday, the 14th of April, you woke up this morning looking like you've just discovered the milkman's been watering down the gravy. Your coffee tastes suspiciously of Victoria's desperation because you know about the sick day she took to binge-watch Netflix. You always know. Mars retrograde is determined to ruin your chances of understanding the simplest instruction. This afternoon, Keith will ask if you've refilled the printer, and you'll respond with an unnervingly detailed spreadsheet analyzing the office stationery budget since 2018. He just wanted to know if you knew where the paper was. Tonight, NASA would like their intensity back. Maybe step away from Dominic's Spotify playlists, Scorpio. Before that, though, perhaps close the 73 tabs you opened trying to decipher if Greta's passive-aggressive Slack message was actually a declaration of war. The takeaway menu looks suspiciously like War and Peace, but relax and consider. Advice: the line between research and unhealthy obsession is drawn in disappearing ink. Borrow a pen from Keith. Tuesday, the 14th of April, begins with you discovering that suspect stain. Experts agree, the thing growing on your lunch bag now qualifies as sentient. Mars retrograde is personally victimizing your inbox, and you've accidentally replied all to Wendy, suggesting that Trevor's presentation style is less inspiring, more beige. Lovely. At precisely 2:47 p.m. you'll find yourself promising Ollie you'll organize the office Christmas party, despite still owing him £10 from 2024. Venus is currently giving you the silent treatment for something you said in July 2022 about interpretive dance. Your Doomscope vegetable today is a rocket leaf that's too peppery, like your opinions on reality TV. This evening sees you cancelling elaborate dinner plans with a perfectly reasonable "the cat needs me." You'll then spend 3 hours scrolling NASA conspiracy theories on TikTok while eating leftover pizza straight from the box. And the stars have spoken. Advice: speak less, maybe try just blinking aggressively instead. Tuesday, the 14th of April, is off to a flyer, Capricorn. You'll enter the office like a contestant on Total Wipeout, gracefully colliding with Maureen's handbag and sending your lukewarm latte arcing over Kenneth's precious Star Wars mug. You'll apologize profusely, whilst secretly wishing you'd aimed for Deborah's promotional calendar. Lunchtime brings Colin, bless him, requiring the sales strategy explained as if you're teaching a parrot. Sandra needs that report like yesterday, which is weird, because yesterday she was perfectly fine. Motivation levels lower than a snake's belly in a limbo competition. Expect Brian's signature passive-aggressive email about the communal stapler, obviously. Tonight, you're officially barred from work emails after 9 p.m. Yes, even reading them counts. Stop scheduling fun into your diary only to immediately reschedule it for never. Did you seriously try to color-code your biscuit consumption in a pie chart? Honestly, Capricorn, the stars are having words. Advice: close the laptop and pretend your Wi-Fi is down. Your competitive resting starts now. Aquarius, Tuesday the 14th kicks off with your internal monologue declaring war on anyone who scheduled a meeting before 10. At precisely 9:11 a.m., you'll have a vivid daydream about faking your own death to avoid astrids just checking in emails. Venus is giving you the silent treatment, mainly because you still haven't put the bins out since Christmas. By lunchtime, you'll be 2 meal deals deep and convinced Kevin's choice of ringtone is passive-aggressive. Your doomscope animal today is a mackerel swimming upstream in the wrong river, as graceful as you are navigating social situations. Mars retrograde is personally victimizing your inbox. Prepare for an email chain about Rufus's leaving do that should have been a WhatsApp. As dusk settles, you might consider actually leaving the house, then remember your jogging bottoms have achieved national treasure status. Tonight's existential crisis will be whether to rewatch Bake Off for the 5th time or finally learn macrame. This devolves into watching videos of alpacas being fluffy until 2 a.m. Classic. Advice: embrace the chaos. The stars suggest setting your out of office to gone rogue, might buy a llama. Pisces, Tuesday the 14th of April and you're off with the fairies this morning. So lost in thought, you'll trip not once, but 3 times before Gary guides you back to your desk, resembling a confused sat-nav. You're basically sleepwalking with your eyes open, love. This afternoon, social situations feel like wading through treacle. Recommending Wuthering Heights to Nadia gets you a bewildered stare and a request for anything funnier. Maeve spots your dream journal. Rupert's stapler shenanigans tip you over the edge, the apocalypse has begun. You're one passive-aggressive email from Elaine away from a full-blown desk-based meltdown. Tonight, good intentions go up in smoke around 8:17 p.m. That gym cancellation email? Sent. Your sofa has now accepted its fate as your permanent residence. You have rated every episode of Bridgerton on TikTok, even the ones you definitely slept through. NASA reported a tremor as you binged House Hunters, narrating interior design for 5 different homes. You absolute legend. Advice: put the biscuit tin down, Pisces. You're worth more than crumbs.